to the city streets, we began to feel the fire.
Alright, welcome back to Funny Computer Up. So we are continuing from our graphic design training. So in this video, we are going to learn artistic text, paragraph text, line spacing, and find and replace. In the previous tutorial, we were able to look at how to design blue, how to set up the margin of blue and all that. Even in blue, we normally use paragraph text in blue, but before that, I want to let you know the difference between the artistic and then the paragraph text, because I understand that some of you now begin to ask, which one is artistic text again, which one is paragraph text again. The one I know is I will just come here, click and start typing. Which one is artistic and paragraph again? So the normal one that we normally use for us, if we want to type anything, we just come here, click on text tool, and come down here, begin to type, right? Go to wherever you want to type something and begin to type, right? So this one is one we call artistic text. Artistic text. Okay, this is artistic text. We just type, everything is on its own. Okay, so but paragraph text is just the one that before we type something, we have to create a text box for it. Okay, so it's the same way, the same procedure. You are going to use text tool. So you come here, click on text tool. Okay, being that we have been told not to write anything on these margins, right? So I'm going to come here, draw the text tool that I want to write something on. I'm going to just draw as if you are drawing a rectangle. Okay, I mean just here make it to lead to the edge, because we have been able to add our margin, so I can just leave it this way and then click inside. Once I clicked inside, then I begin to type something. Begin to type whatever thing I want to type. I can say Funny Computer Up is a great computer training school in Nigeria. We have been able to train about 600 people in Africa and beyond. Let me say across the globe, because we have a student in United Kingdom, so we are not limited to Nigeria only. We have trained about 600 people across the globe. Okay, so let's leave it this way. So I can decide to just copy it and then duplicate so that we can be able to have more. Okay, so there's something I want to explain here. If you look at this test now, let me zoom it a bit. This my test box. Once I click on it, can you see there's an arrow that is down below here. There's an arrow that is on this bust. Okay, this arrow shows that there are other tests that are hidden. Okay, there are other tests that are hidden, and for me to be able to view the test, I have to click on the arrow and drag my test box down. Can you see it's still showing the arrow? So I have to keep on dragging it down until the arrow disappears. Can you see it's still showing the arrow? So I have to keep on dragging it until the arrow disappears. There is no longer text in it, so it should have disappeared. Why is it not disappearing? Okay, the more reason why it's there because there is text in it, but mean that there is no text in it again, it will just disappear. But let me just click on it. Still showing. Okay, being that it's still showing this way, what we are going to do is that we are going to create another test tool. Mainly if I'm designing a brochure, I don't. Okay, yes, you can decide to create another one because we have we have ruler here, which you can use a ruler to dictate where to place our text. Because if there is no ruler here, what I normally use as, I'm going to just duplicate the one I've created, so that I'll make sure that all my text box are the same spacing. So I can just copy. Let me just cut from here and come here and paste it. Okay, so let's now know why this thing is still showing red, showing the arrow. So I'm going to drag it up. Still messing up. Okay, can you see this is exactly way how it will look like? Can you see once I click on this one, can you see how it will look like? There is no arrow below here again, right? This to show you that there is no hidden text on this text box. If I decide to drag this thing up, you see the arrow. Can you see the arrow now? So if I drag it, then the other text that are inside, they begin to display. Once it gets to the end, the stuff will now disappear. That arrow will disappear. Okay, so this one should have disappeared. I don't know why it's just doing this way. So let's just leave it for now. So this is what we call paragraph text, while this is artistic text. Okay, can you see how it is now? I can decide to come in here, I write this one, begin to change font, or begin to change the size, select the font that I want. Okay, can bold, begin to change from, let's say it's on left align. I can decide to say let it be justified. Can you see? I decide to make, okay, right aligned. I can say let it be justified. Can you see how it is? That's exactly how it should be. Okay, once you are working on a brochure, your text should be on justified alignment. Okay, justified alignment. Okay, so that is it about artistic and paragraph text. Then there is another thing I want to show you here. You can decide to format the text using text properties. Let's say I write this part now. I can just, once I've clicked on it, I can just press Ctrl A, then I write only this part. I can just type my, okay, then click on text menu. Then can you see text property here? You can just press Ctrl T on your keyboard to get the text property. Okay, so I'll just come here, select the text, and then click on text menu, click on text properties, and then this property will come out. Can you see that? I'm just going to click it so that I can view it. So on this text property now is where you're going to see a lot of formatting tools which you can apply to a text. You can decide to change the font. You can decide to change it from one font to another. You can decide to change the font size. You can decide to add colors to your text. Let me increase the font size to, let's say, 14. You can decide to add color. You can decide to change your text from another color to from one color to another. Okay, you can decide to work on the alignment. Can you see the alignment here? This is center. Can you see? Just if you look at it, everything I'm selecting is just changing immediately. Okay, I can decide to make it to be unjustified too. Then this one is for indent. You can use this arrow. Can you see how it's indenting it, shifting it to the right hand side? I use the lower arrow to just pull it back. Can you see? Okay, this one is for character spacing. Okay, so you just come here, maneuver all these things. Make sure that any effect that you want to add to a text, you must first of all select the text that you want to apply the effect on. Okay, so like this text now, before I was able to do that, I have to first select it. Let's say I want to select everything here. You just, let's say, let me use this one for example. You just first of all come here. If just first of all come here, don't just select the but just click as if you want to type something. Okay, can you see now? My text too is blinking here. It's blinking. So once it has started blinking, so I can decide to press Ctrl A on my keyboard. It will just highlight only this part. Okay, but if you are just here and you press Ctrl A, it will not even work. Okay. So the another thing I want to show you on this text property now is that something we normally um this superscript and subscript. Let's say you want to write first. Yeah, let's say that somebody got first position. You want this letter S and T to go upward, right? What you're going to do is you're going to highlight the two letters and then come to this text property. Can you see this? Click on this arrow. You select subscript. Sorry, this is superscript. You select superscript so that it will go up. Can you see now? So that is it. Then for subscript, you're going to use water. Going to use water symbol. So this is H2O. So this figure 2 will go below. So you're going to come here, click here again, click subscript. Can you see? So this text property, you can do a lot of things on it. I can decide to say, okay, I just want from here to here, this part I've just highlighted there to be one particular color. I'll just highlight the part and add color to it. Can you see? Okay, so that is it for text properties. There's another one more thing I want to show you before we move to the next thing. Let's say now there's something we call drop cap. There's something we call drop cap. Let me select this text and make it to be I want it to be black color. Select black. Okay, there's something we call drop cap. Drop cap is, for example, now you know this, the first letter that is on this text to is letter P. I can decide to make this letter P to be big. Okay, I believe you have been seeing it in most newspapers. I'll just come here, highlight only the letter P, and then come here, click on drop cap. Can you see what we have here? It will just make the letter to be big. Can you see? It will just make the letter to be big. So that is what we call drop cap. That is what we call drop cap. Okay, so another thing I want to show you here is what we call find and replace. Find and replace. Find and replace is just a way whereby, let's say you have one word that you want to find and then you want to replace it. Let's say these are word now. We have digital skills here and we also have digital skills. Can you see digital skills? We have many digital skills here, right? I can decide to say, okay, I don't want to use digital skills again. I want to use computer skills, for example. I can decide to say, okay, or let's say I want to know whether there is digital skills first. So if you want to know whether you have digital skills, just come to edit menu, click on find and replace, click find only, click on find text. You're going to enter the word that you want to find. Okay, let me just explain this match case and find who words. Match case is if, for example, you have digitalization. The word digitalization is one word, right? If I just checked only match case, when I'm finding the word digital only, it will also pick that digital that is inside digitalization. But if I did not check this word, I just checked only find word only, it will just leave the word digital that is inside digitalization and go and be finding the one that is on their own. So wherever there is digital and that digital is on its own, you will just select it. Okay, so that is for find. You can decide to click on find. You're going to see how it will be highlighting the find here. I click on find it, it will begin to highlight. Or can you see how it's going? Okay, now let's work on find and replace. Let me zoom this so that I can see it clearly. Let's work on find and replace. I'm going to click on find. I'm going to click on replace here. So for you to be able to find and replace, you have to first of all enter the word that you want to find, and then enter the one you want to replace it with. Okay, so first of all, if you click on replace, it will first of all find the word. Can you see it's finding digital, right? If I click on replace now, it will replace it with computer and then find the next place where this star is. If I click on find, can you see how it's just replacing it? It will first of all highlight it and then replace it. If I can decide to click on replace all, it will just replace all immediately. Can you see? It will now tell me replaced complete. I'll say okay, click close. Can you see? So guys, that is exactly how to find and replace text or word in coreldraw. So I believe you have been getting more value, right? If you have been getting much value, I want you to write it down in the comment section. If you are watching from YouTube channel, or if you have my WhatsApp number, just DM me and tell me how much value that you have gotten from our training so far. And also, if you have been watching from YouTube channel and you're yet to subscribe, kindly smash the subscription button below this video and turn on the notification bell so that anytime we drop amazing tutorials like this, you will be notified. I still remain the one and only Epiphanian from Funny Computer Up. Alright, bye for now.